Alright guys, time's here. So right now I'm getting ready to put in the new springs. So I got this spring out. It's kind of a pain in the butt. You gotta take this little plastic cover off. Which also, this light was loose and this one isn't that tight either. So I'm gonna, when I get it down before I put this cover back on, I'm gonna aim those lights and see if I can, get a better pattern out of them. Because they're actually pretty bright for a little factory light. So what I'm going to do is I'll do the measurements on one. We got it set up in the vise right here, as you can see. Here's the springs. So there's the Weller part number for the front. These springs, so I can get this thing to focus. There we go. So 80853 and 80858 is part of their kit. But those, what I noticed is they give you new hardware for the rear shock, but no new hardware for the front. So this hardware will still be retained, and then the rear will get new hardware. So what happened was in the boxes they had the hardware with the front springs. And so just make sure you double check your part numbers so you're not putting the wrong springs on. It's kind of obvious because of the size of the spring, but man, you never know. Somebody could do something weird. So what we're going to do is I'm going to loosen the nuts all the way, pull the little collar off at the very top there, slide the springs out, or slide that spring out, pull the crossover out, pull all the adjusters out completely, put in the new spring, put it down to the measurement they recommend, and I have here the brand new instructions as of literally within a week. So I'll get pictures of that and I'll post them up on the video in color so you can see the settings depending on your shocks and your vehicle, and what if you have a long travel, or if you're Cognito X2 RC2s, whatever. So I'll post that up. Anyway, so I'm going to get started on this, and yeah. And then when I get to the rear, I will show that as well. get started on the rear. So pull the rear off. You just got to jack the vehicle all the way up. And then undo the bolts, the front and top and rear. 17 and 19, just a heads up. And then when you go to take them out, you don't have to take the A-arm or anything off. You just have to jack up the vehicle even more and push down on the A-arm. I used to leave the wheel on, it helps with the weight. And then undo the top first and cock it towards the engine. There, cock it towards the engine. And then pull the bottom and then slide it out through the bottom underneath the A-arm and everything. And then you're good to go. So anyway, so here comes the fun, tedious listening of the jam. Okay, I guess I have maximum recording time on the camera. That's a new thing. So, all right, we got the preload set, 4 3/8 of an inch from this shock body to the spring, and then we're at 6 3/8 inches to the crossover. So everything's in there ready to go. We'll just throw it back on the vehicle and move it around and get it to settle a little bit, and then put her back together, double check all the ride heights, and go from there. And then I think I'll be putting in the seats. I don't think I'm going to video that. I mean, I'll show you the guys the end product when it's all done. I mean, it's seats, man. It's 4 bolts, 12 mil, put them in. It's not complex, so. But yeah, I'll show you what the seats look like when we're done. Anyway, be right back. Alright, she's finished. We got the front and rear springs installed and on it. As she sits right now without being ridden at all and letting the spring settle at 14 inches without the skid plates on to the bottom of the frame. So just a reference for, it'll be different obviously on the way to the vehicle. Simpson seats are in. You definitely sit higher. I'd say probably an inch, inch and a half. So heads up on that, because I'm going to be kind of close to the roof. So I'll just have to strap in extra tight. And then the rear springs are on. She sits pretty nice and even, and I'll drive around and take her down to the dyno tomorrow. See what she does. Give us the competition. We might turn her up a little bit more. See what kind of numbers we pull. But yeah, stay tuned for that video. That'll be next. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, share, comment. Let us know what you guys want to see. We have a lot of fun doing this. We're going to do a lot more rides here soon, so give us a heads up. Talk to you guys later.